Tonight, Alaska legalizes marijuana. How long until Louisiana legalizes that sticky Georgia Bush Kush?
Plus, is Bill O'Reilly the next Brian Williams? We reveal the lie that could end his career as I report from inside an ISIS stronghold unscathed.
Also, NBC series Parks and Rec ends after 7 long years of you pretending to watch it to impress your liberal friends. All of this and my audition tape for Fox News right now on the Funyon. Welcome to the Funyon, the Juliana Rancic of the news world. I'm Dionne Sumer.
And I'm Spencer Lochley, and just like Juliana said about Zendaya's hair, this studio also smells like oils and weed. Our top story tonight, LSU maintenance personnel made their annual pilgrimage to the top of Campanile to offer sacrifice to Melkior, the eternal Dark Lord who rules over the university. As first reported by Tiger TV, crews who were chosen to ascend the top of the memorial tower as sacrificial offerings to appease his demonic excellency from ravaging the LSU campus. Melkior historically lived within the souls of prominent state officials such as Earl Long and Ray Nagin, before moving to the tower, deciding that living within Bobby Jindal was simply too evil for him. Students can nominate themselves as tribute to serve the Dark Lord by drawing a pentagram with sheep's blood and in the quad underneath the light under the next full moon.
Governor Bobby Jindal was back in Washington, D.C. this week at the White House to proclaim President Barack Obama unfit to be commander-in-chief. The honorable governor said this after he became convinced that Obama was incapable of fighting against the threat of ISIS after having 12 hours of Fox News beamed into his eyeballs. Jindal says that he was reluctant to admit this belief and feared that some critics may consider it to be partisan in nature. Imagine that. However, the governor says that the country deserves the truth and to have a president who is fearless in the face of adversity, such as the adversity of funding higher education, or the adversity of staying in the state you're governing more than 50% of the time.
Donating blood used to be a cool way to save someone's life, but ever since charity has become socially irrelevant, college students have been searching for trendy new ways of extracting bodily fluids for cold, hard cash. Look no further than plasma donation. Similar to donating blood, this simple procedure extracts plasma to make life-saving medicines patients who probably can't afford them. You can donate as often as 2 times a week and make close to $200 a month. So if you need a little extra cash in your pocket, check your local listings to pimp your plasma here in the Baton Rouge area.
Coming up next, a special sneak peek of Lady Gaga in American Horror Story. Watch as this pop diva puts the horror back in horrible.
Plus, Tiger TV highlights public urination finds you may not be aware of. I'll show you some of my favorite spots to get away with it. That's next.
Welcome back to the Funyon. President Obama this week appointed former corporate security executive Joe Clancy as the new director of the Secret Service. Sources say that Clancy is not related to famed novelist Tom Clancy, but word around the grapevine is that he's totally related to famed novelist Tom Clancy. Pundits and political junkies praise the president's appointment, citing the Clancy family's long history in the world of espionage and military science. Clancy's first change as director was to do away with the original Secret Service training guide and replace it with the book Hunt for Red October. In a press conference, Clancy stated that the book would better prepare the Secret Service for an attack by those pesky Ruskies. Clancy also promised numerous other improvements, but cut the press conference short by engaging in his recently reestablished duck and cover drills.
A blind man has recently gained the ability to see for the first time in nearly 10 years, according to a shared post I saw on Facebook. Alan Zarad, who suffers from a degenerative eye condition, received a bionic eye that allows him to distinguish light from dark, a task previously impossible. Despite this medical miracle, some groups are protesting the device, saying that this is just another step towards the robotic revolution. One particular group says that they're calling on former cyborg Arnold Schwarzenegger to testify against the dangers of the robot overlords. It said that it'll be the first job that he's had since the Expendables. I'll be back with this when this story develops. And now, with a recap of one of Fashion Week's most peculiar shows, is Pat Gunther with an inside look at Kanye West's fashion collection.
Welcome to the Kanye Fashion Minute. I'm Pat Gunther, and you might have seen my nudes on the internet. This week, Kanye West held New York Fashion Week hostage by unveiling his limited edition high-top Adidas footwear. Now, reports indicate that before the Kanye show, Kanye snorted a line of gray velour fabric for an unprecedented high. Now, before the entire show took place, they set up 106K blinding light fixtures that then made several audience members pass out from heat exhaustion. It was still dope, though. Meanwhile, Aboriginal females twerked in black tattered fabric while sporting the coveted Yeezy 750 boosts. After a bold display of creative direction, West's wife Kim Kardashian performed an interpretive dance by balancing every single Kanye album on her internet-breaking butt in complete and utter darkness. Finally, Yeezus burned a giant papier-mâché goat wearing Air Jordans and declared himself our new god on top of a mountain of computer keyboards. A worship service is scheduled in the National Cathedral this Sunday at noon, right after a listening party featuring a nude Shia LaBeouf in front of a white curtain. For the Funyon, I'm Pat Gunther.
Coming up next, I'll attempt to scare you into accepting my political agenda by using fear and intimidation.
Plus, BRPD conducts major narcotics busts around Capital City. We'll show you how to buy illegal firearms from corrupt police officers. That's next. LeBron James Jr., son of four-time NBA All-Star LeBron James, has already garnered the attention from several universities at the age of just 10 years old. James Jr.'s father expressed his agitation saying, quote, "It's pretty crazy. You shouldn't be recruiting 10-year-old kids." Rumors have spread that former Dateline host and pedophile-capturing professional Chris Hansen has reached out to James, offering his help in catching the colleges responsible for eliciting James Jr.
In NFL news, the Cleveland Browns have revealed their new logo, which is so innovative and brings so much more life to the franchise that I may actually start paying attention to them for once. Analysts have said that if seeing Johnny Football sport the new logo, this will breathe new life into the team that's been needing it since it was born in 1946. Many fans have praised the new logo, calling it dynamic, and are excited to see it to actually see some change. And now, with the latest from the upcoming student government elections, is MJ Hernandez in the PolitiZone.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the PolitiZone, the only political segment you could probably stand to watch on Tiger TV. I'm MJ Hernandez. Tonight, we explore the upcoming 2015 LSU student government election with a recap of the tickets in this highly contested race. Andrew Matuk, who I will assume is the brother of Mikey Matuk, and Hannah Knight, who is the daughter of a knight, lead the ticket here and now on a platform of increased parking options, free Scantrons, and student interest lobbying. David Scotton and Mo Hassan will lead the ticket More for LSU, whose aim is to create a more accessible student government that looks to increase its outreach with the student body. Helen Frink and Wesley Davis of Make It Matter hope to educate the LSU student body on the functions of student government, and with their pre-campaign initiative aimed at listening to students, hope to fix any issues students may have with student government. Despite these three well-established teams, there has been one surprise ticket that has been taking the LSU campus and Yik Yak by storm. Lydia Lacroix and Dylan Porter head up The Other Option, a ticket that promises to be an alternative to the status quo of student government elections. Despite a clear lack of attention from student media outlets, The Other Options platform is a significant departure from what you would expect. Policies such as pro-tobacco initiatives, moving grooving back to the grounds, and a complete dismantling of student media are just some of the unique elements of this very unique campaign. While it's normally not appropriate for a student media entity to side with a student government campaign, The Other Option is clearly the frontrunner in this race and our choice for the 2015 election. Sorry, everybody else. However, we won't get some definitive numbers until Tiger TV's student government debate next Thursday, March 5th, starting at 6 p.m. I'll be sure to keep you updated on any developments. To learn more about these candidates and eventually decide for the other option, visit thefunyon.com and use the hashtag LSUSGDebate on Twitter. For PolitiZone, I'm MJ Hernandez.
Thanks, MJ. Well, that's all for our show. Join us next week when I attempt to blackmail Louisiana Governor hopeful David Benner.
And join me when I get my first exclusive interview with Dion from her jail cell. From all of us here at the Funyon,